How do you become a model in South Korea? I receive this question a lot in my DMs, and I don't always know what to say, to be honest, because it's so vague, and I'm not sure what people are looking for when they ask me that, because it's all about a job and a different country to live. But the more and more I get it, the more I thought, what if I just make a general video about it, about the basics? And when I wanted to write down about what is important, I also realized that I wanted to do a second part with some reality check of some things people don't always know. So if you like this part, you can go check after the second part that can also be useful. First thing first, this shouldn't be about South Korea. Please. Modeling is a full-time job. It's investment, commitment. It will consume your energy. You don't just go for the visa to have a visa to be in Korea, because I know some people do it for that. But if it's what you want, you can search for another visa, please, because after there's some issue with immigrations, but that's another topic. So first, why do you want to be a model? The first question to ask yourself, it's also important to know the reply, because it's gonna allow you to sell yourself, to present yourself in the correct way. Know why you're doing what you're doing, and if you really like it. And then, what you need to have is a portfolio. And I know not everyone has big experience before wanting to go to Korea. For me, it was also I had a really good timing. So I didn't have professional experience before going to Korea, I will admit that. But since I was little, I was looking for job in shootings, even some extra jobs. I always have this kind of creative interest, and I would take pictures. Even if it wasn't the best, I would still try. So what you should do is build a portfolio, as mentioned. So we all have to start somewhere. So try to build professional looking pictures. It's not gonna be right away brand deals and stuff. It's okay. Still try to be on set if possible. Look online. Even Facebook, like anything, there's more groups than what you think. Then look for a photographer around you. It's a great way to begin. I still do collabs from time to time when I like the project and I know the photographers as a style I want. For you, if you're beginning and you're still searching for your style, it's also a good way. You will learn from the photographers, and collaboration allows you to both find some way to promote yourself, for the photographer, of course, to promote this photography, and for you to show yourself as a model. It can be also acting. When I say modeling, I would more refer to talents, but it's like for the same visa. So let's just talk about modeling for now. If you need, you could also try to, it depends where you live, of course, but to do your profile pictures, like to build a com card is really useful. So it's like the basic. Usually you wear black, not too much makeup, almost no makeup. And just like stand still, headshot, full body, half body, and with your measurements and stuff. When you will contact photographers in the idea of building a portfolio, if you send your com card, you know what you're doing, you're sure about it, because a lot of people want pictures. Who doesn't want pretty pictures? Sure. But for the photographer, makeup artist and everything, it's always less stressful to be sure that everyone wants to do a great job. And so it's really important to show professionalism anytime, respect the time, arrive 5 minutes earlier, stuff like that. Communicate as fast and clear as you can. I think this is valid in every job, but it's may be important to remind you of that. Then it's not the portfolio, but it's quite related to it. It's work on your social media. Keep it professional, clean, show yourself, your identity. We are in a digital era, so use everything you can to promote yourself. If they don't see you, they won't know you. So show up for yourself. You know, some people neglect this part. Some people don't need it, sure, too. But there's more and more people on the market, so put everything you can in your basket to promote yourself, if I can say that. I think it's one of the things that helped me debut in that is because I was already posting a bit and like showing some fashion. So that's how I collaborated first in Korea because photographers reached out to me in the first place. And yeah, even for collaboration, you can reach out to them, but if you don't have anything to show them, they may say no. Oh, they will ask for remuneration. If you're really like beginner, I mean, it can be worth to pay for, I think. And when I talk about social media, I'm not talking about huge amount of followers like being an influencer. This is not what it's about. If you are, it's gonna help, probably, because yeah, it can actually help to show you working in the entertainment industry to Korean immigration. But as a model, I wasn't referring about being an influencer. So don't worry if you don't have a huge amount of followers. As a model, as a freelancer, you will always be the main reason of your success. It's gonna be tough, but yeah, learn how to promote yourself properly. So now you know your motivation, I hope. You have your portfolio and your image is getting more clear. You can try a different concept if you want. But for now, what's important is to find your agency because to be able to work in Korea, you have to have a visa, of course. And for that, you have to have an agency that will sponsor your visa. You will need to get what we call E6 visa, E61 to be specific. Which is the entertainment visa. The each series of visa is for work in Korea. You also have like D visa for student and F for residency, but we're not gonna talk about that. So the E6 visa covers entertainment. So you can work as a dancer, model, of course, actor, what else? Influencer, I think there's one more. You can be a voice actor. Some people, they focus on that as well. To apply for the visa, it's maybe more difficult, but anyway, you will get jobs in this field if you can get your market there. There's also another visa which is called C4, entertainment visa, so modeling, but for short terms. Lately, we've been using that more and more to be able to help new models to build a portfolio in Korea. So with this visa, you will be able to work for 3 months in Korea as a model. And yeah, some agency, because the immigration regulation has been changing lately. So right now, it's more difficult sometimes to get the E6. So if the agency you find thinks you may not get the E6 visa, but they still want to sign you, they may consider making you sign for the C4 visa. So you will be able to work in Korea for 3 months, build a portfolio, and then in the future, eventually apply for the E6. Yeah, I don't think that if you just want to work as a model for 3 months, they will give it to you. It's like to make a future plan to work as a model there. We also make the, I don't know why I say we, like I was working on immigration, but anyway. So we also make the C4 for the models who have a mother agency like in Europe, let's say. The agency wants to send the models to work in Korea. This is usually like really high profile models. So it's something else. I don't think it's really relevant, but so you know it exists if anyone is mentioning that to you. Now that I mentioned the visa, let's get back to the agency itself and how to find it. So nowadays it's also more easy to find it on social medias and mainly on Instagram. Search for agency who post foreigners models because some agency will focus on Korean talents. What is nice about Instagram is that once you find a few, then you will have suggestions about other agency in Korea. Not every agency needs new faces right away, so it's good if you can just follow the pages, and sometimes they will post when they have current audition or things like that. And some pinned in the highlight the procedure to apply to the agency. And a side note about that, because right now, once you're finding the agency, you will have to reach out to them. It's not just you follow, they follow you back. It doesn't mean they're gonna sponsor your visa. So you have to reach out to them to ask if they take new models, if they sponsor the visa. But the thing about this job is please don't be scared of rejections because you're gonna get hundreds of them. It's not because you text free agency that you really like. You would love to be signed with them. They may not reply, they may deny it you. Doesn't mean your profile is not interesting. Maybe it is. I don't know. It doesn't say your profile, but sorry. But yeah, rejections is part of the job. In the same time, you can keep improving your profile because there is maybe something wrong with your profile if every agency is contacting you. So try to learn about the market as well. As I said, like make the com card and a portfolio, like what you can do. But yeah, when you contact them, really send the com card, like this is my profile, and you can send your measurements and everything, even if it's already on your com card, but like you can add your nationality. But usually, if there is some missing information, they will ask you, so don't be too worried about that. Just try to reach out to the agency. They will not all reply, it's okay. They don't all sponsor the visa, it's like that. If you're watching this video, you're probably not in Korea right now, so if you find agencies willing to sign you, please set up a call to see if the agency seems transparent. If they can't call, just chat the messages. Sometimes they won't be able to call, but ask your questions. Don't be scared because they're there to represent you, so they should be able to reply to your questions. Be like aware that if an agency seems too good to be true, there's maybe a reason behind it. Unfortunately, you have to be careful. But in the world, it's always like that. And of course, if an agency seems interested by you, it's because they think you can get the jobs and then you can provide them money. Because when you are under an agency, you will have to give them a certain commission, a certain amount of money on every jobs you get. Even if you find the jobs yourself, because trust me, you will have to find your job mostly by yourself. So don't forget to ask about the commission before signing the contract. Lately, if I have to give a number, 20% is normal. Some will ask more. It doesn't mean it's a scam. You can find some that ask less. It's also doesn't mean it's a scam. Just trust your gut also a bit like on that. Some people who already had informations about the plan, they also contacted me about some agency and everything. And when I got like specific DM, I would reply. So if you find some model signed under the agency you interested by, feel free to reach out. You know, what's the worst? They don't reply, and that's it. But just try to reach out to the models signed under the agency. And once you pick your agency, you will have to sign a contract. And please be sure to understand it. They should be able to provide an English version along the Korean one. Then the last point for this video is the immigration file. Once the agency decided to sponsor you, they will most likely help you to prepare your documents for the visa applications. You will first need to get a recommendation letter from the Korean Ministry of Culture and blah blah blah. So your agency is gonna ask for the documents to apply to this recommendation letter. It's like mainly your modeling activity list, so you will like the portfolio. Sometimes I change the form, depends on them. Once you have this recommendation letter, you will have to send your portfolio, your future performance activity plan, to apply to your visa in Korea to the immigration van. Yes, so I hope it helped to reply to how to become a model in Korea. Pretty sure I forgot some stuff. Because also for me, like I've been working for 3 years in Korea as a model and actress, so something seems normal for me, but it's actually not so common when you've never been in this world. So feel free to ask me more questions in the comments. I will gather the questions and reply to it. Please subscribe to check the next video I want to share about the insights. We will talk about payments and also kind of motivation, like the saturation of the industry, things people don't always realize about being a model in Korea. So see you next time!